Now that it's easy for everyone to create video on their own, do we really need the big budget video professional? Let's talk about it on this edition of the DV Show.
We're on a mission to rid the world of bad video.
Bye-bye.
This is the DV Show.
Target in range.
Bad video sucks.
Hey, welcome to another edition of the DV Show podcast. My name is Brian. I want to thank you for listening and subscribing to the podcast. We're going on our 16th year, and it's always great to answer your questions, to interact with you, our listener, to get your feedback. It's been awesome, and we're going to continue to teach you about video production, to get on these touchy subjects for the video production professional. Interaction with you, our awesome tribe of followers, is a privilege that we take very seriously. You can visit us on the website at thedvshow.com. Our premium subscription service right now is for free, so take full advantage of that. Signing up gives you a subscription to all of our great content, gets you right in there with a username and password. You can check stuff out. You can also check out all of our workshops, and I encourage you to follow us on social media. So we're going to get into this podcast today, and we all know that video continues to be the most powerful form of content on the web, and people are beginning to notice the importance of it in their marketing. Now, I'm not really blind to the fact, and neither are you, that there's a growing trend among businesses to create their own video content. And this is frustrating as video professionals. When we talk to them, they're like, we can do that on their own. I can do that on my own. I don't really need you. Now, there are pros and cons to making video content on your own, and there are also pros and cons to hiring someone to make video content for you. But what are they? Do you really need that video professional? Well, I sat down with Richard Tiland from New Evolution Video Productions in San Diego, and we really got down into the nitty-gritty of this debate. We touch upon some really tough topics that no one really wants to talk about.
I'm excited to get over this COVID hump. I don't think it's going to last forever. It's here for whatever purpose it needs to be here. And I respect and acknowledge that too. But I don't think that we should just go and dive headfirst in technology and say, technology save us from ourselves. It could be creating definitely more internal chaos. In schools, the children aren't able to pay attention at home. They need social interaction.
True.
You hear parents and teachers saying this isn't a good thing. And then I hear, we have to be on lockdown because of the virus. Like, well, the kids aren't dying from the virus. Maybe the teachers can give it to somebody old. Sure, that might happen, but we're devastating children's education right now when they need to be in person. And domestic violence is up, and kids need to be in with their peers and their teachers. It's like, when is the cure become way worse than the problem right now?
It's true. It's very true. This is crazy times we're living in. But I, in general, for me, I'm happy to be in this industry. I really am. I mean, people are looking towards video like crazy now. I don't know how your business is going, but you started DK3 Studios, 2006, I believe. Was it 2006?
Yeah, well, I own New Evolution, where that's high-end corporate film, and DK3 is my studio. I bought that 2 years ago. So I'm with you. I'm happy to be in video because we're more needed than ever. But you and I both knew that when we started, probably. Well, I did at least. I knew that video was going to rule the world when YouTube came out in 2006, when I started my company.
That's right.
I said, this is going to be the next biggest thing. And people were like, who's going to watch YouTube? I'm like, freaking everybody. When it was a little baby, I said, everybody's going to watch this, and companies are going to need to be on here because everybody's going to be on here.
It's true. It's very true. Well, in some instances, YouTube and the new wave of this video production ruined many people. I remember I was editing on Final Cut Pro. I had the big cameras, the big editing suites. Now with the wake of YouTube coming in, it's pretty much, I think, it kind of ruined a lot of people in the industry. So it was a bad thing in a way, and then it was a good thing in a way. And then everyone was creating video, and then video kind of got a bad rap. And now still to this day, everyone can kind of create their own video, which puts you and I, in jeopardy as far as business. I don't know if you see the same thing.
I do, but those people that are talented, a talented talent on camera, talented at video and editing and photo, those are those people that would have been talented at it 50 years ago and been in photo and video, right? They're just the younger generation and they're really good at it. The rest of the crap sucks. I'm not concerned. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing I know about video. It's insanely hard to do it well and to tell a story and to bring a brand into it and to distribute it correctly and hit in the hearts and mind of your target market. So I have a lot of these young guys that may have some talent in terms of the technical aspect, but can they tell a brand story? That takes a lot of experience. It takes, in my opinion, over a decade at least of experience. So I'm not that worried because companies that maybe fall off from me because of the price or whatever happened, they're coming back now again because I think they're going out trying to shop this cheap video. And I do some of the highest quality work in San Diego. And so I really stand by my product. My work speaks for itself when you see our portfolio. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's engaging. And most importantly, it's simple, memorable, and concise. And that's what
badass.
I buy in all my productions.
And badass. And
yeah,
badass.
Yeah.
I watched your reel and you do some great stuff, Rich. You do some really crazy stuff. It's good. It's good. And I'm on a mission to rid this world of bad video. I hate it. Okay. I'm on a mission to do this. Bad video sucks. As a matter of fact, the intro to this podcast, when you listen, it says bad video sucks. And it does. I mean, it's not only about telling a story, it's about crafting a message and being memorable in your mind and having a call to action and having something happen after the video, not wasting everyone's time. So that's really like the definition of bad video is it just doesn't do anything. You just wasted your time on this thing. Why did you even produce it? So you produce some good video.
Why are you trying to spend $2 or $3 grand on a video? It costs more than that. I mean, that's how much it costs to cast talent and get a location. You're not including production insurance. I spent $100,000 on equipment. My staff has to get here. We have to eat craft services. We got to script it, and then we got to edit it 5 times for you because you're real picky. I know that, right? And add some maybe titles and VFX and transitions. Like, clients really don't know what goes into this because they haven't been doing it. And how about this? How about this? They go, I'll write the script. I'm like, oh God, please, no. How many scripts have you written? And they're like, none. But I think I have a real good creative direction for this. And I'm like, okay. And I'm not trying to be rude, but it never works. Those are the least best productions. Honestly.
It's true. Leave it to us. Leave it to us. We know. That's always
for that. You know, we want it to be the best. We want to use our talent and our experience, and we want to hear your input. Of course, we want to hear your input, but let us at least take the first crack at it. If we fail and we come up with 2 or 3 concepts and you don't like either one and you want to bring a concept, and there are some marketing directors and CEOs that I have worked with in my 14 years that have come back to me with good concepts. So it's not like it never happens. Those are usually the well-organized, medium-sized businesses, right? That have real talent, creative behind them. And then they come back to me and they're like, here's what I want. And I respect that. I'm like, thank God. If you're good and you have a clear direction, it makes my job a lot easier. Then I can deliver what you really want.
Exactly. Less time. So they're not pain in the butt, PITA clients. Those are a bother. So let me ask you this, Richard. Let me go into something that's a topic that's kind of controversial, at least in my world right now. And I podcast to 250,000 people on a monthly basis. A lot of people visit the site. So are we as production companies, video production companies, you're pretty big, you have staff. Are we needed in today's online environment? Do we need the big budgets and the big productions when, this little cell phone kind of changed everything? I mean, are we needed right now?
Well, in my opinion, that's like saying, well, you can go get a doctor's appointment on TDoc or one of these virtual platforms, but you never need to go see a real doctor. It's like, you can do some things on that platform and you can use your phone for some social content or Instagram stories and things like that. That's great. But there is absolutely still a place for professional production because these little phones, this little camera and lens, it can only do so much. The depth of field is only so good. the story that you generate and you're able to tell, if you don't know how video works and how an antagonist, protagonist, character development, arcs, peaks, sound design, music, titles, graphics. I mean, if you don't know how all that works, then you need people like us. Absolutely. In fact, you probably need us more than ever. All your event and convention budgets that have been stopped, invested into video. When corporations realize how much they really need video and how much they need us, I think our stock's going to surge, buddy. Absolutely, 100%. They need us more than ever.
I believe you. I believe you. So I'm still going to play devil's advocate here because this is something I like to talk about with people in my field. So Canva, Wave, you get all these online editing platforms. You come to a client and they say to you, you know, mid-sized, big company, whatever. They say to you, well, yeah, we're doing pretty well with the 15-second, 6-second ads or videos up on Facebook and our social media. We don't need you. What do you say to somebody like that? What do you do?
Well, I say congratulations. I'm not a hater. I have plenty of clients that do need me. And you know what? Some people that run certain e-commerce platforms, or they have people that are really good in video, good for them, man. Awesome. But you know what? You still might need a professional homepage video. You might need professional video on your YouTube, your Vimeo. There's still a place for these professional, well-done stories and videos. I mean, look, I have those apps and I've been trying them for fun, like Vimeo Create, Collaborate, what other ones? There's a few of those, right? And I'm like, they're okay. I mean, they're okay. They're not great. They're okay. But there's still, you got to tell the story still, man. Even if you have all the tools, you still have to tell a story. And I feel like those videos that are just those quick snippets, they're great for what they are, but they're not the whole landscape of the necessity of professional video production in your organization still. Absolutely not enough. It's a good start though. It's a great place to be.
I have to tell you that I've asked that question every single time on this podcast, and that's probably one of the best answers. Most guys are just like uncomfortable. They know like, oh my God, I can't, like social media is ruining me. You know, these free online tools are ruining me. Okay. You stood up there and put your chest down and said, yeah, okay, that's great, man. That's cool. I don't really care. I'm better than that. It pretty much is what you said. And I agree with you totally.
It's not being better. It's being better at doing professional video, which they still need. You know, you can go do these Zoom calls, or I have a beautiful studio. I'd love to show you it at some point. I have a beautiful studio with a Canon C300, an RES60, and Canon Cineseries Primes that can hook up to a switcher and make your Zoom look a lot better than our Zooms. Now we're doing a podcast and this and that, which is great. But if I was going to interview Tim Cook and he was going to give an address to Apple, let's say, I would get him in there on the seat. So you see what I'm saying? Like there's TV commercials aren't done on an app, right? TV commercials aren't done in those apps. And not saying TV is going to last forever, but hey, there's still a lot of viewership on TV. Commercial TV advertising still works. In fact, if you look at the metrics, it's barely gone down over the last 10 years.
Very true.
People are like, oh, TV is going to die with internet video. No, it hasn't actually. TV advertising is still where it has been. It's flatlined, okay? It's flatlined. It's not really increasing much, and it will probably see a slight decline over 10 years, but that's okay. It's still needed if you have a big budget and you want to get your message out. You know, but there's so many other ways that you still need professional video, not just TV commercials, not just the story videos. And quite frankly, I would love for you to show me those companies that are doing it right, because I haven't really seen it. So if you have research for me, please share.
Yeah, show it to me. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Show me the videos.
I'm on the same boat you are, my friend. I just like to play devil's advocate once in a while because I just keep seeing this chisel away.
Don't worry about
client after client.
No, don't worry about it. No, I wouldn't worry at all. I don't think it replaces what we do at all. It's fun. It's needed. It's a great thing for internal production people to do, and that's cool. But let me just say something about the internal production people. They're not always the most creative, okay? You go and hire somebody for 30, 40, 50 a year, and you expect them to produce masterpieces. They're not a director. They're not a DP. They're not a first AC. They're not a script writer, they're not an editor, they're not a motion graphics artist, and you expect them to do the role of 6 people and produce really great video. first of all, it's unfair and it's unethical.
That's pretty strong there, Richard. That's pretty strong stuff. But again, you and I are in the same boat, and I like your positivity to an objection that most videographers and most people in this industry are getting right now when they talk to clients. So I like that. I'm going to take that snippet out and just blast it all over social media.
Well, let me tell you something. I have a meeting with one of the biggest social media sites in the world, and I just signed an NDA, so I can't tell you who they are.
Oh, let me guess. But anyway.
But anyways, let me tell you something. You just mentioned people creating for the platform. I have these platforms calling me, okay, because I have a studio and 15 years experience producing video. And this is one of the biggest in the world. I'm not going to mention a name, but maybe if I get the contract and I can tell you, I will say that they're contacting us to help them with 50 videos at a time. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And they need to fit in the phone. I'll give you a hint. They need to fit in There's a couple that are like that. But you just mentioned companies on these platforms, and these platforms still contacting. So those people that are frustrated and those videographers, if you're good and you're great, you have nothing to worry about. Though even if technology improves over the next 50 years, if you can tell a good story and you can think and you can intellectualize, you will have a job, because robots can't do that. Robots can't do that. And AI may someday, but it can't right now. And I know that's a fact.
That's true. Thank you for your insight and standing up for all of us, because that's how we all feel. And that's a client you really don't want. You know, if you have somebody that gives you that objection right off the bat and they want you to do social media video for $60,000 a year, $30,000 a year, you don't want to work for them.
Yeah,
you don't want to do that. We're better than that, pretty much. But I have to say that we're better than that.
But if you're a young college kid, you want to get some experience and you're talented, go do it, right? But if you're been doing this 15 years, if you really got to go and get a job to pay your bills, go do it. There's nothing wrong with that, but just get what you're worth. If you're providing that value to that company, ask for a raise after 6 months or a year. Go get your money, honey, okay? Because you're worth it and they need you.
That's right. That's a good place to start out. That's awesome. You're saying some gems of things here, Richard. So that's good stuff. Again, we're in the same boat.
I mentor a lot of young folks. I do a lot of internship with kids from college. I celebrate diversity in my workforce. I'm all about telling people to provide value in the marketplace and then get that value in return. And you know what? I do the same for my crews. I pay them well. I give them flexibility. They're in this because they want to be creative and have fun. I try to do just that for people that work for me, and also make it fun for the clients. You know, that's true. That's another big part of it. So
that's what it's all about. That's why I got into this. It's fun. Yeah, it's sexy. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know, we're badass people in this industry. It's hard work, but we get it done.
People think it's fun. I'm like, oh, you haven't packed around C-stands. You haven't had a camera break on you on set.
Sandbags.
Or not show up.
Sandbags. So how's business right now? How are you doing? Your clients, are you hanging in there?
Half the revenue from last year. Okay. So, you know, it has hurt, but I had to cut my staff. They were all contractors. So some of them have other gigs and stuff. So they're not hurting. They were just part-time anyways. So I just scaled back and I started organizing my system and cut costs wherever I could. And so I'm doing a lot of stuff myself now, a lot of even my marketing and some other stuff, where I just scaled back all my expenses, and I'm still pulling in about the same amount of money that I was, because I've been smart about my budgets.
You're a smart man. You are a smart man. I wish I can see your equipment. Maybe some other time. You know, on this Zoom thing now, you can kind of hook up an external phone and make that your second camera and like go around and take footage.
That's cool.
Isn't that badass?
Can I show you the studio real quick? Why not?
Yeah, let's see it. Why not? Let's do it.
Check it out. I'll show you, man. Here we go.
Come on in.
Take a look. Here's the studio, bro. Look at that baby, huh? You got the white sidewall. There's the teleprompter. So this is that beautiful 20-foot ceilings. Check that baby out. Yep.
Very nice.
We got the white sight wall, and then here's our grip area. Tons of C-stands and sandbags.
Sweet.
Backdrop. That's the Aria 60, my favorite cinema light. Sexy, isn't it? Woo-hoo.
That is, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is.
So you got a light grid up on the top there too? No.
A what?
You got a light grid up on the ceiling?
No. That's insulation, but I do have a strobe right up by my head. Do you see that behind me? I have a strobe.
Yes.
Usually I have a softbox on. And then I have a cool work area upstairs there. You can see that work area. And then let me just show you one more area, buddy. This is the green room where talent chills out. See that?
Very nice.
We got a vanity right here where makeup and hair's done. You can see you seeing me, seeing you, seeing me.
You're a hustler, Richard. I got to say, man, you hustle. You hustle. You're doing it right, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, it's a lot of hard work, man. You know, and I tell people too, if you want to, I work 12 to 14 hours a day. I've been doing that for 14 years. And you know what? I love every minute of it because I love what I do. So if you don't love this industry, you better go find another job, you know?
That's right.
You got to work harder.
That's right. We've been put through the fire in this industry, and only the best survive through that fire. And you know, you're one of them, my friend. And
Thank you.
It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, our time is up. I'll edit this puppy up and make it into something sweet. You said some nice stuff. I like it, and then I'll let you know when we post it.
That would be great.
And let's stay in touch.
One thing to the youth and people starting out, or even people that are older that want to get in this, they want to do a career shift and they want to do some creative and they love video. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't break in this industry and do get great things and do music videos and make movies and film. You don't have to do everything for money. You could still make a moderate living doing this and love your life. So never sell out your dreams and always reach for the stars because you are a star.
Woo! See, we all start out, and I'm gonna go on that. We all start out like we're on our own raft in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of nowhere. And you gotta wait till you get on land. You gotta do your dues. You gotta keep rowing and rowing and rowing and rowing and rowing until you hit land. Don't give up or you drown.
Go find those Bahama Islands or Virgin Islands. You know, white sand beaches, fresh coconuts. Thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Hey, same here, Richard.
I hope everything this goes real successful for you. Thank you.
All right, my friend. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Video production just got easier. The DV Show.
Serious about creating better video? You're in the right place. Subscribe to our free online coaching service and expand your learning beyond our popular podcast.